I inherited 1,000 acres, and their entire HOA is built on it. They're in for a huge surprise. I knew everything had changed the moment my lawyer handed me a thick, dust-covered folder labeled Property Title, 1,004 acres. Inside was a map bigger than my kitchen table showing forests, hills, creeks, and valleys stretching farther than I'd ever walked in my life. My late uncle had left it all to me. But one detail on the survey made my jaw drop. Right in the center of the acreage was an entire HO, a subdivision of more than 300 homes, sidewalks, a clubhouse, playgrounds, walking trails, and not 1 inch of the land belonged to them. I didn't react, not yet. I spent 3 days hiking boundary lines, checking every steel survey stake hammered in decades ago. I pulled county records and compared the digitized plats to the originals in the archive basement. Every document said the same thing. The HOA was a guest on land they no longer had the right to use. Their developer had leased the property from my uncle 40 years earlier. The lease expired last year, no renewal, no extension, no payment. They weren't homeowners. They were squatters with landscaping. So I went to the HOA office to introduce myself. The president didn't even look up from her computer. She said, "If you're here to complain about noise, fill out a resident request form." I told her calmly, "I'm not a resident," she said. "Then you need to leave. This is private HOA property." I placed my deed on the counter. Her smile evaporated like water on hot asphalt. She stared at the acreage number, then at me, then back at the map. She didn't say another word. 2 days later, they mailed me a violation notice accusing me of trespassing on my own land. That's when I switched from patient to tactical. I hired a land use attorney known for tearing apart sloppy paperwork. We gathered everything: the original lease, the expiration date, the tax records proving they never paid land rent, and drone footage showing every home sitting inside my parcel lines. My lawyer said they built an empire on quicksand. We sent the HOA a formal notice offering them 3 legal options: renegotiate a new lease, purchase the land outright, or prepare for forced removal under property law. Instead of cooperating, the president emailed me a threat about criminal harassment. Perfect. One more piece of evidence. In court, the judge flipped through the documents, then looked directly at their board. He asked, "Did any of you verify that you still had the right to occupy this land?" No one answered. You could feel the panic in the room. The ruling was immediate. The HOA had to negotiate a new agreement under my terms or begin relocation of all structures on my 1,000 acres. Homeowners stared at their board like they'd been betrayed, because they had. The president went pale as chalk. Now they're scrambling to sign the new lease my lawyer drafted. The land is mine again. And they finally understand whose ground they've been standing on for decades. If you love HOA justice stories, like the video and subscribe.